What is going on, guys? Cape here is back again with another character review for Injustice 2. Now, last time we reviewed the two ice-based villains, or characters in this game, excuse me, Captain Cold and Sub-Zero. Now, I did stress my opinion on Captain Cold, and I praised the extraordinary performance of Sub-Zero. But now today we're going to be stepping away from the Mortal Kombat characters, considering that I just reviewed Sub-Zero, which until now is the last of one of the two characters from Mortal Kombat, the other one being rated. Today we're going to be looking at one of the first, in fact the first character to ever be released for DLC for Injustice 2, Darkseid, the new god of Apocalypse. Now, Darkseid is a very older villain of Superman and the Justice League, and he's been a thorn in their side ever since. And in every iteration, Darkseid is a new god and lord of the planet known as Apokoliptian.
Fate, what a tragic prophet. Fate is a powerful enemy. All the more reason to slay you. Begin.
So like I said before, he is the Lord of Apocalypse, a desolate and destructive industrialized wasteland of a planet, which he has made into his own personal domain as its king and god, and forced by his subjects to be worshipped as such. And his real name being Uxas, he is son. I believe he is the son of an old god, and since I believe he had killed his father. It's been a while since I looked at the Darkseid mythos, but aside from that, what I do know about a lot of is his powers and abilities. As you can see, his mannerism is that of a very stuck-up alien being who believes himself a god amongst men, and in actuality he's nothing more than an alien. But aside from that, he's a very strong, very combative and warlike god. A powerful one at that too, mind you.
Fail to heed me, Grodd. I lead, I do not follow. Darkseid's will is to be obeyed. Begin.
As you can see though, Darkseid, and since I mean he's fought beings like Superman and Doomsday, and believe me, he's not coming out unscathed either when it comes to fighting those guys. As you can see though, you can see Darkseid's powers are very, very, he's a very powerful new god, and he's not like all the traditional new gods. In fact, it's due to his other powers that augmented, it's during his search for the anti-life equation that he found the Omega effect, which gives him the ability to produce beams of energy from his eyes, similar to that of Superman. But the only difference being that he can actually control where his beams are going, which is referred to everyone as the Omega beams, as you can see. And as you can imagine though, if you've gotten epic gear for this guy, you know full well there is no fucking around with him. And since then, he's one of the first characters I actually got up to level 20. I think he was the first, maybe. I can't remember. But aside from that, he is, he's tough as tough can be. And in one iteration, he can, in one version of this, I think I've seen it before. I think I may have done it before, but he can actually levitate off the ground.
So you would aid my conquest, Cheetah.
Humans are sheep. They shouldn't rule.
Prove you are worthy to join my furies. Begin.
Also, he has access to new god-based technology, which we refer to as the Mother Box, a supercomputer used by New Genisons and Apokoliptians. But unfortunately, though, for him, like all new gods, he is vulnerable to a substance called radium, which, if significantly exposed, can weaken him and possibly eventually kill him. And normal new gods are superhumanly durable, not in Darkseid's case, however. Darkseid is virtually invulnerable, though beings like Superman and Doomsday can do some damage to him. So you can imagine what they can do to him. But aside from that, though, another weakness to him is that he's really big. I mean, as you could see, I mean, he skyscrapes over Cheetah. Not so much as Brainiac or Atrocitus, but you can imagine. And aside from that, though, the size of him, it actually kind of slows him down, in my opinion, which is probably the reason why they added the boom tube capability. So, sorry, I almost said boombox. It's like this. What the fuck is this? The 80s? But anyway, in my opinion, Darkseid is one of the best characters I've played that's pretty tall.
Fall to your knees and obey Darkseid. Serve me or be martyred. You beg for the sweet release of death. Begin.
Even Darkseid against Darkseid, it's like putting a hat on a hat. Jesus. And with Darkseid, though, if you're pretty quick enough with him, you can actually do some real damage and not get hit. And as you could see before, I actually did some damage to other characters too. Also, I gotta note too that I don't know if I did, but he actually was the first DLC character to ever come out for the game, before the introduction of Fighter Pack 1 and 2. And if people were fortunate enough to finance the game before it came out, pre-ordered it, they were able to unlock Darkseid and get him up to level 20. And I was one of the fortunate ones that was capable of doing such a thing. And, believe me, Darkseid's one of those characters that's overpowers his enemies and just beats the shit out of them. So, it's pretty good like that. So, now with this last fight, Poison Ivy is going to be my last fight with Darkseid. So, I hope you enjoyed my brief review of the new god of Apocalypse. And until next time, like, comment, subscribe, and until then, enjoy the fight.
Your vanity will be your undoing. Begin. Witness how a true god battles.
Darkseid wins.